Let's talk about something so many of us believe, that the ability to draw is some kind of magical talent you're either born with or you're not. But what if that's not just wrong? What if it's an illusion that we can break right here, right now? So, I've got a question for you, a simple one. Can you draw? Seriously, think about it. If I had to bet, I'd say maybe, 1 or 2% of you just confidently said yes. For everyone else, there's this feeling that it's a fixed skill. You've either got it or you don't. So, if you're one of the people who just said no, you are definitely not alone. But here's the thing. That idea, that I can't draw belief, it has so much more to do with the story we tell ourselves than our actual physical ability. And we're about to give that story a new ending. That story is, well, it's just a story. And today, we're going to prove it's an illusion. All you need is to be a little open-minded. So if you can, go ahead and grab a pen and a piece of paper, because we are going to bust that myth together. Okay, we're going to draw our very first cartoon character. We'll call him Spike. The way this works is super simple. I'll draw a line, and then you draw that same line. When you're ready for the next one, just look up. You ready? Let's do this. All right, first up, just draw the nose. A simple little shape, just like this. Now for the eyes. And the easiest way to do this is to think of the number 66, or maybe a pair of quotation marks. See? Simple. Okay, next let's give the guy a nice big smile. And then just pop an air on the side. You're doing great. Keep it up. Now for the part that gives him his name, let's add some spiky hair right on top. And underneath, just 2 little lines for his neck. That's it. And to finish him off, just draw the collar of his t-shirt. And that's it. In just a few seconds, you've drawn Spike. Seriously, hold it up, take a look at what you just did. Pretty cool, right? Now here's the real magic trick. It feels like you've just learned to draw one single cartoon character, but what you've actually learned is so much more powerful. You've learned the sequence. You've got the recipe. And this is where the whole universe opens up, because once you know that sequence, all you have to do is make tiny little changes, little variations, and you can create hundreds of completely different characters. It's not about learning a new drawing every time. It's about tweaking the recipe you already know. Check this out. Here's our guy, Spike. But what if we change his hair to long hair and give him a V-neck shirt? Now you've got Selma. Let's go back to Spike, change his eyes to simple circles and give him curly hair. Suddenly, it's Jeff. Or add a little bow and change the smile to a triangle, and just like that, you have Pam. It's all the same basic sequence. Now, you might be sitting there thinking, okay, this is a neat party trick, but believe me, this is so much more than that. Unlocking this one simple skill has these powerful, real-world applications that can, and I mean this, genuinely change lives. Just take a look at this. A 15-year-old student was convinced she couldn't draw and was having a really hard time remembering what red blood cells do in the body. So she drew this, a little red blood cell carrying a handbag with O2 on it. Why? To remember it carries oxygen. That one simple picture locked that fact into her brain forever. That's visual thinking. But the most incredible, the most surprising application of this idea came from a place I never would have guessed. It was an invitation to go and teach a group of stroke survivors how to draw. You see, many of the people in this group had a condition called aphasia. It's something that can happen after a stroke, and it can really mess with your ability to communicate, reading, writing, speaking. As you can imagine, it can be incredibly isolating and just crush a person's confidence. And the instructor, a guy named Graham Shaw, he admitted that as the day got closer, he started getting really nervous. He'd taught CEOs, he taught kids, but never a group like this. He started feeling that same self-doubt that so many of us feel about drawing, wondering, can I really do this? But what he found when he got there was just humbling. A lot of the participants, including one man named David, had to draw with their non-dominant hand because the stroke had affected their other side. But you know what? Not one person complained. They just got on with it. Shaw said it was one of the most inspirational things he'd ever seen. And the effect it had was just huge. The group's chair, Dr. Mike Jordan, sent a message later that said, "Our recoverers learned today that they can draw. This sort of activity really builds their confidence." It was never just about drawing a picture. It was about proving to themselves that they could. It was about getting a piece of themselves back. So, are you feeling inspired? I hope so. Let's do one more drawing together. We're going to use that exact same sequence we learned, but this time, we're going to draw someone I think you'll recognize. Okay, pen ready? Let's go.
Start with a nose and two eyes, exactly like before. Now, right under the nose, add that big, famous mustache. And to finish him off, give him that iconic wild hair and a simple shirt color. And boom, it's Albert Einstein.
Just let that sink in for a moment. A few minutes ago, you probably hit play on this thinking, I can't draw. And now, you've drawn Spike, you've seen how to draw 3 other characters, and you just drew Einstein. You have literally just proven that your original belief was completely wrong. And that really brings us to the biggest question of all. If we were wrong about something as simple as drawing, what else might we be wrong about? How many of those other limiting beliefs are we all carrying around? You know the ones. I'm bad at math. I'm not a creative person. It's too late for me to learn that. So, the thought I really want to leave you with is this. If we all just decided to challenge those other beliefs, if we decided to pick up the metaphorical pen and just give it a try, the way we did today, just imagine, what else would be possible for every single one of us?